Didn't want to get too far ahead of you, but I did want to get ahead of you. Today I'm working on the spreads, and these are the ones that I painted the other day. I went through the pages, and I just tried to put some of the marble pretty pattern in each of the 4 signatures. So anyway, I did that first. Then I took each of these apart individually and refolded them and scored them with a bone folder. So I did that. The next thing I did was went through my stash of papers I showed you the other day, and I had that happy birthday one that I said I'd probably might not use, but I decided this was kind of, for a baby book, I could make this be a signature. So there's one that says Fresh Baked from Grandma's, and you would flip it, and there's one that could be Easter or just spring. It doesn't really matter. So I went back through and I found 8 that were appropriate for a young child. This is one of my papers. I decided to fold it in half. That becomes a signature. Here's one of the textured deli papers. And another one. Excuse me. And then these are some origami papers. And that'll make another little nice spread. It would fold like this. That would be the spread. And I took some notebook paper from, what do you call those books? The manuscript books that I took apart and altered. I saved this paper, and this will go into one of the spreads. It could be for anything, just notes of the day. It doesn't really matter. And then the piece that I cut the roses out of, I had 4 more sheets of it, so I decided I would take those sheets, since they're pink, and have that be the fly sheet for the beginning of every signature. So the next thing I did was kind of decided to have something real similar. So if I had one of these, I have 4 of these. If I have these, I have 4 sets of these, and 4 sets of these. And then I just put them within the spreads. I'll show you how I do that. So this is the stack for this spread. I put the baby one on the outside, and then I open that up, and I don't really care what order they go in. I don't want them to be identical. I did overlap these so that it's obvious that there's 2 sheets here. And, whoa, hello. It's insisting on coming out to play. Here's the sheet. Yeah, there's a little bit of blue in it, but that's fine. It's still just background noise. Turn that one. If I put this right here, and then plan that one for there. I can either duct tape these together, or I can overlap them and glue them, and then fold them. So it just depends on how I feel when I get there. This one could have these 2 in the very middle, and I've got a sheet of that could fit right there, and I've got a white one. I think I'll put that one right here. Just let that one float under the chapter cover. Yeah, that's all together. So when this is stitched on the side, you'd open it up and you'd have that. And then you'd have some notebooks and another little page. And then that one would turn over. And that would turn over. And this would be your center spread. Yeah, these can either be decorated or left alone. It doesn't really matter. And there's the back side of the notes. And the little plain fly sheet. So, there's one Well, actually that makes 3. I worked ahead. This one pops in there. Well, it would help if I moved this over where you could see it. This one is interesting. And these can also be trimmed down to the paint or not. There are no rules. I think I'm going to do this one, travel photos, and say cheese. So those are cute for a kid. I got them at the thrift store. I'll never use them for anything else because this is a special baby. So that one goes there and that one goes there. What else have I got? I've got this piece and this piece. Could do that. Now that leaves us with our notebook paper. And I'm going to put it right here. And I'm wondering whether I ought to put the notebook paper in the same spot on every spread. Nah. Okay. Spread 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now each one has evenly spaced variety of goodies. The harder paper that's been gessoed can be trimmed. The others don't have to be. There you have it. So now, next thing to do is I'll clip these all together very firmly and go to my, let's see, I'm going to figure out what to do with those pieces that are loose and going to be fly pages. I mean, they need to be spreads. So I got to do that next. Then I will very carefully get the creases in the right spot, clip them together on both sides, take them to the sewing machine, stitch them. And that is the most fail-safe method to anchor all those pages together so that the hand sewing into the book doesn't become a nightmare. Here's the book. Now you're going to notice something here. My paper is too big, which is great because sometimes I didn't get all the way to the edge on the paper. And once they're sewn together they're firmly sewn together, I have a big paper cutter, 36-inch paper cutter. And I'm going to take them and I'm going to cut them. Now, I've got room in there for some stuffings. Oops. See? And as more stuff is added, it'll end up using up this whole space. So then I'll take this and trim it and decide what else I'm going to do to the cover. And do the cover, and the inside here. Switch off with decorating what I'm going to do on the pages. And then the last step will be putting everything together. There you go. That'll be today. Bye.